The sun rises over the Atlantic, but its light is strangled by the concrete canyons of lower Manhattan. Below, a river of black suits flows toward Wall Street, driven by the invisible whip of the opening bell. In this temple of numbers, mercy is a currency no one trades, and silence is a luxury no one can afford. Among the giants of glass, a man in a faded denim jacket walks with a toolbox that has seen better decades. Now, let's begin this story. Joshua enters the lobby of the Vane building, where the air smells of cold ozone and expensive fear. He is not here to trade stocks. He is here because a 17th century mahogany desk has a crack. He rides the elevator to the 100th floor, the silence of the climb deafening. The doors open to the office of Marcus Vane, a man whose word can collapse a currency. Marcus is screaming into 3 phones at once, ordering the liquidation of a town. Joshua doesn't wait for an introduction. He kneels by the broken desk and lays out his tools. The sound of Marcus's rage fills the room, but Joshua begins to hum a low, resonant tune. Marcus stops mid-sentence. "Who let you in? Finish and get out. I have no time for peasants." Joshua doesn't look up. He touches the crack as if it were a wounded bird. The wood is screaming, "Marcus." Marcus laughs. "Wood doesn't scream. Only losers scream when I take their leverage." Joshua begins to sand the surface, the fine dust rising like incense in the shafts of light. Every time Joshua's sandpaper moves, a stock on Marcus's screen turns red. By 2 p.m., the shark of Wall Street realizes his digital empire is bleeding out in real time. "What are you doing to my desk?" Marcus roars, clutching his chest in panic. Joshua blows the dust away. "I'm removing the rot. You can't build on broken promises." By the closing bell, Marcus Vane is worth nothing. His bank accounts are frozen. The office lights flicker and die. In the twilight, only Joshua and Marcus remain. Marcus collapses onto the floor, weeping. "I have nothing. I am a ghost." Joshua reaches into his pocket and places a small wooden lamp on the desk. Joshua leaves the penthouse, his footsteps echoing like a heartbeat through the hallways. 3 days later, Marcus is seen wandering the Port Authority bus terminal. He wears a tattered coat, his eyes hollow, looking for a sign of hope. He remembers the smell of cedar and Joshua's hazel eyes. He takes a train to the Bronx. He wanders through rain-slicked streets, where the buildings are scarred by time. He finds a small shop with a hand-painted sign, "The Carpenter's Rest." Inside, Joshua is standing at a long table, carving a leg for a kitchen chair. Marcus enters, shivering. "I did what you said. I walked away. But the hunger is real." Joshua hands him a bowl of hot stew. Hunger is the first step toward a true appetite. For weeks, Marcus sweeps the floors, his soft hands blistering and then hardening. He watches Joshua work. Joshua doesn't just fix furniture. He fixes people. A young man comes in, hiding from a gang. Joshua hides him and protects him. An old woman comes in, unable to pay. Joshua fixes her bed and helps her secretly. Marcus realizes the rot wasn't in the desk. It was in the way the world was built. But in the shadows of the Bronx, the ghosts of Marcus's past are hunting. The board members have hired cleaners to ensure Marcus never speaks to the SEC. A black SUV idles outside the shop, its windows tinted like the souls of the men inside. It is a Friday night. Joshua and Marcus are sharing bread at the workbench. "They're coming for me, aren't they?" Marcus asks, seeing the reflection in a mirror. Joshua hands a piece of bread to him. "Peace be with you. Tonight, the debt is settled." The door kicks open. 2 men in tactical gear enter, with suppressed weapons. The board sends its regards, Vane. One man sneers. He pulls the trigger. The shocking twist. Marcus closes his eyes, but feels a heavy warmth collapsing against him. He opens his eyes to see Joshua standing between him and the guns, his jacket stained red. Joshua doesn't fall. He stands firm, his hazel eyes glowing with a beautiful light. The gunmen try to fire again, but their weapons jam. Panic seizes them. They flee the shop, leaving a trail of terror behind them. They vanish forever. Marcus catches Joshua as he finally sinks to the floor. "Why? I am the monster." Joshua smiles. "Because I love the broken, Marcus. You are the most broken thing." Joshua's hand touches Marcus's heart. "Now, take my tools. Finish the work." The shop goes dark. Marcus sits in the silence, holding the one who traded his life. The next morning, the police find the shop empty. No body, no blood. News of the miracle in the Bronx spreads through the whispers of the poor. Marcus Vane vanishes, but a new carpenter appears, a man of truth. He goes to the SEC. He testifies. He burns the corruption to the ground. He uses his hidden accounts to build social housing across the 5 boroughs. He calls the project the House of Joshua. Years pass. New York changes. The towers of Wall Street seem less intimidating. People tell stories of a man in a denim jacket who appears in the subways. They say he has hazel eyes that see through your soul. Marcus, now an old man, stands on the Brooklyn Bridge. He realizes he owns nothing, and yet he has everything. He feels a hand on his shoulder. He doesn't turn around. He knows the touch. Is the work finished? A familiar voice asks. Marcus smiles. It's only just beginning. The men walk together toward the lights, disappearing into the mist. The hustle of the morning commute begins again. A young broker drops his phone on the platform. A man picks it up. It's just glass, son. Don't let it break you. The broker watches the man walk away, feeling a sudden sense of peace. He decides to call his mother. For the first time in 3 years, a nurse finds a wooden lamp on the desk of a dying patient. The patient suddenly falls into a deep, restful sleep. A corrupt judge finds a wooden scale on his bench. He tells the truth. The ripples of sacrifice wash over the city of glass. Because grace is like water, it always finds the lowest point to fill. The story of Joshua isn't a myth. It is the heartbeat of the present. It is the light that shines in the darkness, and it cannot be overcome. Whether in Chicago or New York, the carpenter is still at work. Joshua's silhouette in different city backgrounds. He is sanding away our pride. He is mending our shattered hearts. He is building a kingdom that doesn't show up on a map. Marcus sits at his workbench, carving a final piece for a church. He remembers the weight of the table, and the weight of Joshua's body. He knows the only things we keep are the things we give away. He finishes the piece, a simple cross made of NYC driftwood. He places it in the window of the shop. Neon lights reflect off the wood, making it glow from within. A child passes by and stops to look at the cross. Is that a toy? The child asks. Marcus kneels down. No, it's a key. It opens doors money can't touch. The child smiles and moves on, carrying a seed of hope. The night falls over Manhattan once more, but this time, the stars seem a little closer to the rooftops. For the light has come into the world, and the city will never be the same. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Matthew 2820.